Hi, my name is Scott Kilber, the Ag-Tegra Feed Division Manager, and today we're going to talk about creep feed replacement and maintenance of that feeder while they're out on pasture for the summer. So first thing you want to kind of do when you're setting your creep feeder up is just kind of take a look around your pasture and think about where that feeder needs to be in relationship for the cattle that are going by. So typically you're going to be somewhere near a water source or possibly a gate that they pass through on a regular basis. Here, the stock dam or creek is behind us. The other thing you want to keep in mind is we got to be able to get there fairly easily with the feed truck. So you're going to want to have it someplace where the truck can get up to. Not necessarily right down in the bottom of where the water is, or not up on a rocky hill or something like that. Just somewhere where it's easy to get the truck in. And then also on a somewhat flat surface. This is really nice right here. Ground's really level. It's got a slight slope to it, so it drains nice. Good location. And then the other thing is keep in mind your prevailing winds or which direction the storms come out of. So like here to the northwest, back to my corner, where typically where our storms come out of the west and blow. Got the feeder facing to the southeast, so that wind and rain will hit the backside of the feeder instead of coming in the side and getting that creep wet all the time when it rains. So hopefully this helps, so that after rain you don't have as much to clean out, or hopefully nothing to clean out from it getting wet. So those are some things that before you even park the feeder in the pasture to keep in mind, to make your life easier, and also make your creep feed truck drivers a little happier when they're trying to get there to fill the feeders. So and next, when you set that feeder up, you're going to want to make sure that sides go down to where they're level and can be kind of braced depending on the feeder and the style. This is the Burns feeder here, and they just fold down and set, and the weight of the panels kind of hold them down. Some feeders have an arm that braces them down, or some pins that lock them in place. You got to be able to get them into that position. The other thing that some guys will have a tendency to forget about is almost all feeders have a height bar. You're going to want to make sure you've got that set correctly. This one's pretty much all the way up, which is what a lot of guys will do, is just start there. You can lower them a little bit if you've got some like first calf heifers or some younger cattle that maybe want to try to get in there. At least start out with them down a little bit so they'll keep them out. But as those calves grow, when you get later into the summer or early fall, and them calves are getting pretty big, if that height bar is set too low, it may actually prevent the calves from going in and out of the feeder. So another item to keep in mind is setting your slide gates to allow so that only so much creep can come out. And generally you're going to want to set them at around that 2-inch mark. So depending on how big your hands or your fingers are, roughly 2 to 3 fingers is roughly 2 inches. So just to kind of do a quick measurement, if you can slide your fingers in between the bottom of the top of the trough and the bottom of the slide gate, if you can get 2 to 3 fingers in there, then you're set about right. So this one's set up just right for creep feed. That helps so that the calves got to work a little bit to get some feed out, but not too hard. And if you get them open wider than that, then your trough fills up with creep, and sometimes they'll root it out because they can sort through it, and when it gets wet you got a lot more to clean out. This way you'll have just the right amount of feed in the trough for the calves, for them to get their creep and stuff. So, and the last thing to keep in mind is try to get out and check your feeders weekly, or at least once a week anyway, to check them out. And when you check to see how much feed is left in there, or if they're getting close to empty, and a lot of guys will come up and just bang on the one end and, oh, that's empty. Well, you really should bang on both sides, and sometimes they don't necessarily eat it out evenly, and that feed might be sloped up against the back side or front side depending on what you check. So if you bang on both ends, that gives you a better read on what's in there. Or the best way is to obviously climb up on top and open the lid and look and see what you got in there. That just helps to know when you order feed to give the creep driver an idea how much that feeder will hold. That way we can get it filled or top it off correctly versus either not bringing enough feed out and or bringing too much and having to take some back. So just some little tidbits to help keep everybody on the same page. So with that, that's our lesson for today.